There's pressure to curb the success of Airbnb and other short-term rental platforms to ease the impact on the housing market. As Chris Kohler tells us, owners are making 80% more through holidaymakers than long-term tenants.
Here in the Daylesford area, there are 25 long-term rentals available, but more than 1,000 short-term rentals. Homes are being pulled off platforms like Domain and realestate.com and instead going on Airbnb in search of higher returns. And it's happening all over the country.
This is a game changer and government needs to do something about it.
Researcher Karl Fitzgerald wants restrictions. He says property owners should need a licence to run an Airbnb. That would allow local councils to tailor how many are offered.
We feel if we pulled the market down by 25%, that would open up some rental supply. There'd be less mums sleeping in their cars. There'd be less old folks living in a dingy garage.
His research shows net returns are as much as 81% higher in the short-term market than in long-term rentals. Across these areas, it's so much more lucrative that close to 3/4 of new properties are offered straight to holidaymakers, bypassing people looking for a home.
It is only going to continue over time.
The Real Estate Institute of Australia also supports the introduction of a licence system.
It is a problem. It is exacerbating the rental crisis that we are seeing played out across the entire country.
It's not just holiday hotspots. These 2-bedroom apartments in the Sydney suburb of Canterbury are close to one another. On Domain, this one is charging $650 a week in rent. On Airbnb, this one is charging $1,555 a week. At that price, the Airbnb owner would only need to book their apartment out for 40% of the year to come out on top.
The market talks, money talks, housing supply is just being hoovered up by these immense returns.
Airbnb declined an interview but rejected the research, saying there's no evidence that limits work to balance long-term housing supply. It does, however, recommend a new 5% levy to be paid by users. Chris Kohler, 9 News.